We are coming from the festive season, which was characterized by a high rate of consumption of various food items and, of course, beverages. This in turn promotes littering and illegal dumping along road servitudes, business centers and residential areas. As we are opening a new chapter, distinguished guests, in the new year, let cleanliness be a priority. Midlands Province is endowed with vast natural resources and is home to a large number of artisanal miners. These miners patronize leisure sports in business centers across the province. Most of these business centers are characterized by high volumes of waste, especially beverage packaging. This means that the business community has to work flat out to match the rate at which waste is generated at these business centers. I therefore call upon our local authorities to ensure that they install waste management infrastructure at all service centers. In addition, the business community and corporates have to work together with local authorities in setting up waste management infrastructure, especially waste recycling cages. Let me take this opportunity to commend Redcliffe Municipality for installing 51 skip bins in residential areas, and the local authority is working towards procuring more bins as a way of improving service delivery. The public-private partnership that exists between Redcliffe Municipality and the local companies in waste management should be commended and emulated. This is best practice across the world, where private companies make a deliberate strategy in their planning processes to ensure a clean, safe and healthy environment through reducing their carbon footprint, reduction in carbon emissions, and embracing extended producer or distributor responsibility. Panapa tinoreva kuti kana Delta ya producer ma products ayo, they should come with a program to follow through waste that come from their products. No extended producer responsibility. And I want to applaud Delta for coming up with an initiative where largely we see them collecting waste of their products. Trubtanga program of talking to all major producers to make sure kuti they follow their products up to the waste stage. Distinguished gentlemen and ladies, we need to challenge more corporates across the country to take center stage and be at the forefront of greening the environment in the face of climate change and ever-increasing land degradation and pollution. Industries should adopt environmentally friendly packaging as well as developing synergies that promote the repurposing of waste materials. As the government, we prioritize waste recycling as spelled out in the National Development Strategy 1. The Minister of Environment, Climate, Tourism and Hospitality Industry envisages a situation where production processes are done in a sustainable manner. Communities should not be left worse off than they were before due to pollution, land degradation, and exposure to vagaries of climate change. Wish that the private sector should not wait for the government to be always thinking of tightening legislation as a way to sustainably manage the environment. Voluntary approaches and initiatives are a better option as they create a friendly compliance environment. The emergence of free riders in waste management is a major cause of concern. Those who produce and never care to adopt mechanisms to invest in post-consumer waste. I encourage the industry to begin to think around waste management reduction targets at individual corporate levels and be part of the corporate mindset shift as we gear up towards a sustainable environmental management. There is need to create a wider industrial production symbiosis as a way to manage waste. Silo mentality and approach has no room in the new dispensation. I'm glad to share with you that Redcliffe Municipality trained health clubs in all the 9 wards, and they are working with community members who have taken up waste recycling as a way of improving their livelihoods. However, the recycling industry has not been fully developed, which discourages some of the community-based organizations who have to transport waste to as far as Harare and South Africa for sale. This means that we need to invest more in the recycling value chain to make it more attractive to community members, especially women and youth. Invest more in value addition so that our people gain more returns from waste recycling. As a government that believes in inclusivity, we are committed to leaving no one and no place behind when it comes to supporting waste recycling. Distinguished guests, the level of littering and illegal dumping in some of our residential and business centers is a cause for concern. Street corners and open spaces in residential areas have been turned into dumping sites. On the same note, some of the sanitary lanes in urban areas are now heavily littered. Dumping waste in undesignated areas is against national aspirations and needs to be stopped forthwith. Local authorities should fully execute their duties of collecting waste regularly as per schedule. If waste is collected as scheduled, illegal dumping will be a thing of the past. Local authorities also have to enforce bylaws and bring those who flout environmental regulations to book. More so, grassroots structures need to be capacitated on a sustainable environmental management. In addition, local authorities should have local environmental action plans that they have to adhere to religiously. On this point, I also want to encourage all our local authorities to make sure that they have active natural resources committees, and I also encourage ministry departments to be part of these committees.